Hi there, you join me on, well, it's not really that sunny a day, it's a bit overcast and we've got lots of birds out here, but it's dry and that's the main thing. We're going to be doing the ballasting out here on the garden railway, and I'm going to show you the raw ingredients, as it were, first. Now, somebody said to me, gosh, it's going to cost you a fortune in ballast. Well, there's not a specific quarry where they get all the ballast for your model railway from, so I've used, over here, kiln-dried sand. This is the stuff that's sold for when you do your drive, the block paving, and you sweep this over and it goes down and it locks all the blocks in place, and it's about £4 for a huge 25 kilo bag, and it's, as you can see, it's, yeah, you might as well have got it from the Sahara. It's bone dry, brilliant, very very fine, and I'll be honest with you, I think it's where some of the smaller ballast manufacturers get their sources from. So we haven't spent a lot on the ballast, and to that we're going to mix just some ordinary blue circle cement. Now, because it's bone dry, the easiest way to mix it is, as you can see here, I've got an old Tupperware thing, and you just put the lid on and give it a shake, doing the shake and vac, put the freshness back, that sort of thing. And I've got my little metal, I think it's a christening mug, I suspect it's mine, but don't tell my parents. I found it in a box of rubbish that was being thrown out. So it's very very useful for spooning the quantities in. As you can see, it's so dry and dusty, and it actually looks just like cement in here, but there is, I assure you, a 50-50 mix of the sand to the blue circle cement. And then what we do with this, if you follow me, here's a bit that we haven't done yet. Get a spoonful and, ooh, oh dear, it's gone everywhere. Doesn't matter. And then with the 2-inch paintbrush, we're just going to brush it all in. Brush right up to where I've been doing it before. And just make sure that the tops of the rails are clear. I know some people really hate ballasting. I don't. I find it quite therapeutic. And to be honest, it's a garden railway, you don't really need to be too neat. Just make sure that there's no bumps down the middle that would derail your train. Just smooth it out. Look at that. The roofing felt helps because it's quite a coarse surface. It means that it provides a good key for this stuff. And if you just do this very very lightly with the brush, you can get it over there. And it is actually quite useful in sealing the garden railway, because where you've got the joins between the roofing felt, we've already sealed it with the bitumen, but what I found when I've been repairing a flat roof is cement is actually quite good. I know somebody said to me, oh, but cement's porous. Well, it's not as porous as a whole, and over time the actual cement powder, if you use strong enough mix, just gets into everything, and then it sets, and it sets rock solid. Well, I've fixed my flat roof with it, so we're going to preempt any potential leaks by making sure all of the joins are covered. We've also ballasted the bridge as well, and what you find here is this will set the track, so the track isn't going to move now. Any undulations are filled in, so the track can't rock, and it should also mean that it's more resilient to expansion and contraction, and also if anybody stands on it, it should fare a little bit better. You can see there, we just smooth it out. Here, as you can see, we've done that bit, but this bit, it's all laid out, it's dry, very dusty. You don't want high winds when you're doing this, otherwise it'll just blow away and disappear. And I've just got an old household bloody spray window and glass cleaner things, and it's full of nothing more special than just plain water. I was going to use a PVA mix, but what I found was that it just gummed up the thing, and you end up with a tight stream that would just dislodge the ballast. And we're just going to mist like this above. Let the mist fall, and you'll see the cement darken. And you're not wanting to swamp the track. All you're wanting to do is to get the cement to stay put and start to go off. And then when it rains, we've got rain forecast for tonight, what we'll find is all this will fix permanently. What you don't want is when it rains to rain heavily, because the raindrops will just pucker all of this up. So this just helps fix the surface to prevent some of that. And yeah, if you're not expecting rain, you can just keep going over and over and over with this stuff. But your trigger finger just seems to get a bit of cramp after a while. Just keep going, keep going. And anywhere there, you see where the cement's ridden up over the sleepers, we can just sort of clean that off with a bit of extra water. And what we'll also be doing before the cement sets is we'll just be cleaning the tops of the rails just to make sure that there's no cement there, because it's easier to clean it before it's set than afterwards. As you can see here, the ballast now has had a chance to be wetted down and start to set. It dries, well I say dry, it sets a much lighter grey colour here. So if you don't like this colour, then the best thing to do is get yourself some white spirit and that bitumen paint that we used to stick the roofing felt down. Thin it right down, and you're going to paint it like a dirty blackish wash over the top, and that should darken down your ballast and make it look much more dirty and worn. But that's something that you can do at leisure and to taste. Do what you want. And that's really just it, isn't it? Dead easy. Ballasting is just so easy. I don't know why people are frightened of it, but out here on the garden row it's not strictly necessary, but I felt that it would just add to it and makes things a lot neater and nicer and just fixes all that track in place. Anyway, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and share it too, and subscribe to the channel and you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they come up. Anyway, you take good care of yourself and see you next time.